Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you don't know me yet, hello, my name is Cotton Candy. I'm a hardcore music festival junkie, and I spend my life traveling the world going to different music festivals and making super cool videos about them. You're definitely going to want to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications because I have tons of videos on my channel, but I'm always coming out with new videos from different festivals. This year was my first EDC Orlando, but I am an EDC Las Vegas veteran. Next year will be my 8th EDC Las Vegas in a row, so I was so excited to finally attend EDC Orlando. Insomniac and Pasquale really hyped it up this year. They said it was going to be huge. It was the first year, it was 3 days instead of 2, and they said they were going all out. Quick overview about the festival. It is held every November at Tinkerfield in Orlando, Florida. Like I said, it used to be 2 days. This year was the first time it was 3 days, and they have announced the dates for next year. It will also be 3 days. So November 13th through the 15th next year for 2020, and it's going to be the 10-year anniversary, which is crazy because next year is also the 10-year anniversary of EDC Las Vegas. So I mean, EDC Las Vegas, like the main EDC, is a lot older, but it originated in Southern California and it got moved to Vegas in 2011, and that was actually the first year that they had EDC Orlando too. So next year is a big year for Insomniac. They're gonna go all out at both festivals, I'm sure. Unlike EDC Las Vegas, which goes from dusk till dawn all 3 days of the festival, EDC Orlando goes from 1 p.m. until 12 p.m., so midnight all 3 days. That's so different, but from attending festivals on the East Coast and some in like the southern areas like Texas, it's the norm for festivals there to end very early, so midnight and sometimes even 10 o'clock. I hate it. I hate those kinds of festivals. I definitely like nighttime festivals way more than daytime festivals, but you get what you get, and it was obviously still a fun festival. So tickets for EDC Orlando 2020 already did go on sale, and EDC just ended, so people are like, what are you doing to my pocket? I'm still recovering from last weekend. So the prices for next year: general admission is going to be $150, general admission plus is going to be $285, and VIP will be $420. But they are doing a payment plan for all 3 ticket types where you only have to pay $10 down right now, and then you'll do monthly payments leading up to the festival. Insomniac has been doing that a lot this year with all their festivals, which I kind of like because it gives more people the opportunity to secure a ticket. Like, some people can't go to festivals because they're so expensive, but doing these payment plans definitely makes it easier for people, and I appreciate that they care that much. Obviously, EDC Las Vegas is way bigger and way crazy, so of course there's a huge gap in price difference. General admission for EDC Las Vegas is $400 compared to $150 for EDC Orlando. General admission plus is $600, and VIP is $900, which is crazy. I do actually have a video which talks about general admission plus and VIP tickets for EDC. It's very, very detailed with pictures and videos, so you can see if it's really worth it or not. Definitely worth checking out, and I'll link you to it. The lineup this year was fantastic, of course. They bumped it up from 2 to 3 days, which allowed for a bigger lineup, and this year was a lot more diverse than it has been in the past. Like, they added BassCon, which is hard dance music. So they had BassCon host a stage for the whole day of the festival. Me and my friends actually did a separate video about the lineup and who we were excited to see right before the event, so we go into extreme detail about each of the artists, and I would check it out if you're interested in an in-depth review about the lineup. Insomniac always comes out with this app for each one of their festivals where you can see all the set times for each of the DJs and then choose your favorite, and it kind of makes your own little schedule for you. I love that they do that, although I usually prefer to have the lineup on my lock screen per day. They didn't come out with the lock screen graphic, I don't think, and that might be because they have like too many artists, or I missed it. Anyways, I made the official flyer just work. It was fine. It's actually still my lock screen because I'm so lazy, and it'll probably be my lock screen until I go to the next festival and change it to those set time graphics, which would be this weekend for Dream State. I really did like the venue. I thought it was very unique. I love that there was grass everywhere. Like, EDC Las Vegas mostly takes place on asphalt, I think. Yeah. So for this venue, EDC Orlando, like, the ratio of grass to asphalt, concrete, whatever, is actually more grass, and I really like that. And then what's really cool that I really liked is that there's like this little pond, and you have to cross a bridge that they decorated very cutely to get from like the main part of the festival to the stage stereo bloom. And so I loved going back and forth. It was a really cool experience. Unlike EDC Las Vegas, where there's like a million stages, EDC Orlando only has 4 stages, but the stages they have are pretty freaking awesome. awesome. Circuit Grounds was like, oh my god, I was obsessed with it. I'm a huge fan of LED screen designs for stages because it just allows for so much creativity for each of the different artist visuals. Like, oh my god, I freaking loved it. And the lineup for Circuit Grounds was fire all 3 days. Like in that video where I reviewed the lineup and talked about my must-sees, I did say that I ran the risk of camping at Circuit Grounds, but then I was like, no, I won't, because I like exploring festivals and going to different stages. But when it came down to it, this EDC Orlando, I did spend a lot, if not most of my time at Circuit Grounds. So many sets I saw there were so good. Literally all my favorite sets. BTSM, Black Tiger Sex Machine, Seven Lions, Excision, Erik Prince. His visuals were insane, and I guarantee you it wouldn't have been the same experience if he had played on the main stage. So it's cool that the main stage is technically the stage they had at EDC Las Vegas. I love the design. It's one of my favorites of all time that EDC Las Vegas has done, but like the LED screens that are on the stage, it does not show each DJ's visuals. It just shows visuals that are designed to go with the stage, and it looks super cool, but it's just not my favorite because it lacks personality for each DJ that way. I think it's more enjoyable when you can see each DJ's visuals. And yes, EDC Orlando is almost literally a mini EDC with them actually taking the main stage and bringing it to this festival also. What they did was just take like the stage and remove like 40% of it because the EDC Orlando venue is obviously a lot smaller, but still very cool that they brought it. I remember someone told me or commented and was like, no, they're bringing the whole EDC Las Vegas main stage. And I remember thinking, no, they're not. Like, EDC Las Vegas is huge. They're not. And they didn't. But they did bring the stage, and even shortened down, it was still cool. The Neon Garden stage was like a tent, and I did not love it. Like the pillars or whatever were huge and awkwardly placed. Being in the crowd was weird, and it was always very packed, and I did not like being there. Oh well, at least I tried and gave it a chance. Then the stage Stereo Bloom is actually also a stage that was at EDC Las Vegas. It's exactly the same. They just brought it to this festival also. I like it. I spent quite a bit there on Saturday for all of the house sets. So Om Nom Nom, Om Nom? Yeah, Born Dirty, and someone else. I was there for a while, and then on Friday I was there for the Tweekaz. And they were basically the only set that I saw that day because I didn't get until the festival until like 10 p.m. or something like that. If you want to know why, I do have a vlog. It's not super fun, obviously, because I didn't get in until very late at night, and it ends at midnight, and it was just, yeah, it sucked. But if you're curious, there is a vlog. In addition to the 4 stages, they also had an art car there, and it was one of the like 7 that they have at EDC Las Vegas. Very, very cute design. It's like a geometric rhino, and it's super cute. It was one of my favorites from Vegas, so I was excited to see that they brought it here. And then there was the Electric Beach stage by Corona, and Corona always has like these little setups at each Insomniac festival, and I think a few others. I did already mention that my favorite sets were at Circuit Grounds, so Black Tiger Sex Machine, Excision, Seven Lions killed it. I did really love Sudden Death. That was the first time I've seen him, and he blew my mind, and his visuals were like super crazy. And then surprisingly, Erik Prince was just like insane. Not really surprisingly, but I have seen him a few times, and this set I swear was different. It was like freaking magical, and I really do think it has to do with all the LED screens. His visuals were so cool, and that was the first time I got to hear Opus live from beginning to end from him. The exciting. I had such a good time. I really did like all of the merch that they were selling for EDC Orlando. However, it was mostly the same as the EDC Las Vegas merch, and I'm not complaining because the designs were all super duper cool. I did get a shirt that my friend bought me. Shout out to him, because I was super duper broke on this trip and I wouldn't have gotten anything on my own. Like, if you're new here, I went on this massive back-to-back trip where I did 4 festivals in like a week and a half. So I did Westfest in the UK, and then Pumpkin in Germany, and then Korsakov in Rotterdam, Netherlands, and then EDC Orlando, and those 3 within like 7 days. It was crazy, and like even though I planned and budgeted ahead, like things kept happening on my trip leading up to EDC Orlando, and then EDC came and I was like so stressed. But I survived, I didn't starve or anything, and I made it home alive. The way their restroom situation is set up for EDC is that general admission has porta potties, and then GA and GA Plus have like restroom trailers. Again, I do have that very detailed video on GA Plus and VIP if you want to check it out. I actually do have pictures and videos in that video. Yeah. The weather at EDC Orlando, oh my god, the first day it rained so ridiculously hard. Everyone had a poncho, but we were just so soaking wet. No one, like none of us in the crowd let the rain bring us down. Like we were still having a good time, but it was raining like so bad. Like during the Tweekaz, the DJ setup actually started messing up and stopped playing music because it was just getting destroyed.
The CD players. See down there? let's try it over on the other side of the booth. Let's see.
Despite the size, it definitely is a mini EDC. EDC Las Vegas is like massive and EDC Orlando is like this big, but it still carries the true essence of EDC Las Vegas, which I was very impressed by. They literally like flew in or moved or whatever the same exact elements, not like everything obviously, but just a few things that were actually at the festival. So some of the art installations that I really liked, there's this one where I would perceive to be Mother Nature. That is such a beautiful art piece and I'm glad they brought it. There's this LED art installation, which like, I don't know how to describe it. It like spins and creates all these crazy designs. That was like one of the coolest, most fun art installations I saw at EDC Las Vegas. So when I saw it here, I was really excited. I love it and I'm glad that new people got to experience it. They did have rides. They stayed true to the Electric Daisy Carnival concept. The performers are always a huge part of EDC, and just like in Vegas, the performers literally killed it. There's so much fun. They add so much to the different sets and they like get in the crowd and hang out with you and dance and have fun. Really such a fun part of the festival because like all festivals have performers, but at EDC, I feel like they're just such a crucial part to the actual community and I love their vibes. The crowd at EDC Orlando was fantastic. I had so much fun with everyone. Everybody was friendly and flirt and had great party vibes. Everyone was in a good mood. It was honestly the best. And those kind of vibes are why I've always loved EDC Las Vegas so much, are the plur vibes in the community. It's just like unmatched to any festival I've ever been to. And I've been to a lot of festivals and I just love that community at EDC Las Vegas. I was very pleased to get like the same vibes from the crowd at EDC Orlando, which makes sense because EDC Las Vegas I feel draws like a lot of passionate people from all different parts of the country, but a lot of people in North America travel very far to go to EDC Las Vegas, and of all the people I know and met at EDC Orlando, they also came from all over the country. The West Coast, the East Coast, Canada, Mexico, like everybody was there. So it really didn't have like an East Coast festival vibe to me because I have been to festivals on the East Coast. This was a very mixed, diverse crowd and it was like the best of the best ravers. So people literally keep asking me this question: which one is better, EDC Las Vegas or EDC Orlando? And I don't get it. That's a stupid question. They absolutely cannot be compared. Yes, they are both EDC, and EDC Orlando definitely emulates all the great parts about EDC Las Vegas, but the Vegas edition is the EDC and it is massive and huge, and it cannot be compared to this tiny little festival. It is tiny compared to Vegas, and that's okay. Size means nothing. But if we're talking about literally all the different aspects, EDC Las Vegas is always going to be better just because it's bigger, it has more to offer. They just have the capacity to do more in each element of the festival. The production is bigger and better. They have like, I should know this off the top of my head, but they have like 8 stages and 7 art cars, and the stages are huge. Like I said, the EDC Orlando stage was like 50% or 60% of the main stage at EDC. Same stage, but different size because the festival is literally quite small compared to Vegas. The lineup for Vegas is obviously better because they have so many more different stages and art cars. There's way more sets, but the EDC Orlando lineup is stacked and it has a lot of the same artists that were at Vegas anyways. Like, I love hard dance music. I also love dubstep and house, and I love everything. The hard dance lineup, obviously, for EDC Orlando is very, very, very small. Like at EDC, we get a whole stage all 3 days of the festival. And for EDC Orlando, there was just a few artists for one of the days. You get what you get. At least there was hard dance. I think this was actually the first time that BaseCon was at this festival. The differences in weather is that Florida is very, very humid and wet, and Vegas is in the middle of the desert, which is very dry, so it will never ever rain at EDC Las Vegas like it did at EDC Orlando. Going to a festival where it is pouring is really, really rough. However, EDC Las Vegas has always been really, really hot, and this year it was so freaking cold. Like, it is in the desert. Deserts do get cold, and it was so cold and windy, and it was rough, man. Almost as rough as it raining because people were not prepared. At least it looked like most people at EDC Orlando were prepared with ponchos. One of the biggest differences in the two festivals to me is the fact that Vegas is a nighttime festival and EDC Orlando is a daytime festival. So I did mention earlier it goes from 1 until midnight, and Vegas goes from dusk till dawn, so from like 7 p.m. until 5:30 a.m. I personally think nighttime festivals are just better because like especially Insomniac events, when it gets dark, everything just like lights up. They get so creative with the LED and it's beautiful to look at. So I like Vegas because you're just submerged in that LED and all the colors like all night long. And then obviously like the LED visuals and the lasers look way better at night. For Orlando, it mostly takes place in the day or it's like half and half. So only half of the festival you get like those super crazy visuals at night. However, like I said, I am doing a factual comparison right now, but they actually can't be compared because they're so different. It's not fair to compare them. They're both thrown by Insomniac events. Just because the sizes are different does not mean they put more work into one than the other. I mean, I guess technically they have to, but they put just as much creativity and spirit into EDC Orlando as they do Vegas. All the different decorations, the lineup, the stages, the art installations, the performers. Oh, also like another, well, like probably the biggest difference between Vegas and Orlando is obviously that Vegas has camping. And I personally love camping at EDC so much. It's probably like my favorite part of the whole festival now that they're doing it. I'm such a stan. I genuinely think if you don't camp at EDC Las Vegas, you're missing out on half the experience. The party basically never stops from the time you get there on Thursday until you leave on Monday. There's a pre-party on Thursday, and then there's activities during the daytime and a pool party during the daytime, and then the festival starts, and then when you get done with the festival, there's like an after party that goes until like 10 a.m., but all the activities start at 8 a.m., and then the pool parties start at 1 p.m., and then the festival starts again at 7 p.m., and it's just like this huge cycle. The party never stops, and I love it. I have the energy for it. If you haven't already, definitely check out my videos on camping at EDC Las Vegas. I love it. It's so much fun, and I guarantee you, if you see my videos, you're going to want to camp at EDC Las Vegas the next time you go or the first time you go. I mean, besides the camping video, I do have like a million EDC Las Vegas videos. I have tips, vlogs, reviews. If you want to see what it's really like, go check them out. I'll link you to a playlist in the description. So yeah, let me know in the comment section if you went to EDC Orlando. What did you think about the festival? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Who were your favorite sets? How would you compare it to EDC Las Vegas if you had to? Just like people were hounding me to give my opinion, what is your opinion? Vegas compared to Orlando. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. As usual, you can find my full festival schedule in the description in case you're curious. My next festival is Dream State on Friday. I'm very excited. So if you're going, also let me know because I'll see you there. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks again for watching. Peace out, Girl Scouts.